Pioneers. Who or what do you think of when you hear the word pioneers? You might have an image of a frontiersman in the Great Wild West. You know, the first settlers crossing the Great Plains and bringing their rugged families in a wobbly horse and wagon. Or perhaps you're thinking of the first brave people who walked on the moon. They put their lives on the line for something unknown. But we also have many current-day pioneers. History isn't written on them just yet, so you won't read about them in the school texts or see many late-night movies romanticizing their adventures. But there are plenty of them. And just like their predecessors, they are curious folks, willing to take a gamble on something they believe in. It can be a big risk, financially.
Online digital currency built off the blockchain.
Today, we're going on a search for some missing Bitcoin. I'm Dale Cardwell, and this is our TrustDALE Investigates podcast we call This Could Happen to You, where our TrustDALE team puts the focus on stories that have impacted people just like you and me. Pioneers of today are mining for Bitcoin. They are using cryptocurrency. They believe blockchain technology is our future. Have I lost you yet? Hey, I won't pretend to be an expert, so let me introduce you to
Audrey Burton.
Audrey trades and uses new forms of currency. She also works to create it as well, and she enjoys chatting online about it with people from around the world, with a caveat.
I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give investment advice.
Let's try to start from the beginning. For those who need a crash course, starting in the 1980s, there were people trying to establish a way to send and receive money electronically without it being traced. They wanted an anonymous payment method that could be trusted without having any governmental controls or records. While a few new currencies cropped up, there wasn't true success until the currency Bitcoin came about in 2009, so people could send money to their peers across the globe without a third party involved. You've likely heard of Bitcoin as it's becoming accepted as real currency in some major stores. Bitcoin is a type of cryptocurrency, meaning it's a digital encrypted system that's able to verify the units of money without having a central bank. It's all done by a network of computers keeping records of everyone's transactions, doing the math, proving your work, and then verifying everything. OMG.
Well, your US dollar is kind of imaginary money too, and I think it has value. In Asia, it's huge. People are using crypto to pay for rent at the grocery store, movies, and every day more and more people are getting involved with it.
Okay, so let's move on. Audrey is a frequent trader of different types of digital currencies.
Well, I'm a trader at heart, and so
The values of the cryptocurrencies can swing wildly. It's not something individuals really consider or should consider putting their retirement money into. But there are those who certainly make money, just like trading on the stock market. Audrey sits at her computer in the corner of her house, frequently checking the value of her currencies, with boxes of craft projects she's working on stacked next to her, along with her sociable cat. The bunny rabbit and foster dog romp in the room next door. Remember now, cryptocurrency is all digital. You can't hold it in your hand like a bar of gold, a dollar bill, or even a penny. It's just numbers. But there's a clever name for where those numbers exist. It's called a digital wallet. People keep their digital money in a wallet so they can have access to the currency. But just like a real wallet, someone can steal it from you. Now, I've never been pickpocketed, thank goodness, and no, I don't have one of those metal chains hanging from my wallet attached to my belt. But there is merit to that concept, even with digital wallets.
there's lots of safe ways to secure it. They have cold storage wallets. You can Trezor and Nano Ledger things that keep your crypto offline.
When your wallet is connected to the internet, others may try to swipe it. Now, we're at the part of the podcast where we will tell you the bad news, and here it is. Someone stole money from Audrey.
My SIM card was ported or hijacked. They were able to access my online accounts because of that, and my crypto got taken from my wallet. Does that make sense?
In English, Audrey says some of her money was stolen from a digital wallet that was fairly accessible. You see, the thief was able to get some passwords by gaining control of her cell phone number. The crook was able to port her phone, meaning switch her phone number into a different phone. So when someone is prompted to give a security code that's sent as a text message to a phone number, it's going to be sent to the person who now has control over that phone number. And it wasn't Audrey. Let's let Audrey try to explain it again in her words.
So I was sitting on the couch with my kids Sunday night around 10:30. I'm always on my tablet. And my phone, I looked and there was no service. And I'm like, well, that's strange. But my tablet still had it. And all of a sudden I start getting emails coming in. I got a notification of a weird login. And then I got a notification from Google email that password was changed, that they had asked for a 9-factor authentication, new thing to switch.
In real time, Audrey was
All these
watching
different
someone
systems started
somewhere
notifying me
attacking
that,
her money.
Things were happening. I was online and able to stop a lot of it.
Her defenses were lighting up in the battle, but she had a major weakness: her cell phone. When TrustDALE Investigates returns.
I knew exactly what was happening. I knew my SIM card had been ported, and I knew they were going after my crypto.
Cars are so important to our lives. Don't take the chance of your vehicle breaking down. When it comes to oil changes and preventive maintenance, you can trust Haviland Express Lube. Haviland Express Lube achieves that goal by getting you in and out quicker than the competition and delivering the best value every time. Plus, you're double protected by the TrustDALE Make It Right guarantee. Service you need from the people you trust at Haviland Express Lube.
Welcome back to TrustDALE Investigates podcast we call This Could Happen to You. Here's more of our story. Pioneers all have great imaginations, and they are able to take a step into the future and go where no one else has before. The early users of cryptocurrencies are forging a path for us to use money without a government's involvement. Why would someone want to remain anonymous with their money? Well, there is certainly a criminal element. If purchasing or selling something that you don't want records of is what you're trying to do, this is a good way to do it. Disclaimer, I don't endorse that. There are others who simply enjoy the hobby of using an alternative to government money, and they feel that the world could be a better place if the Hitlers and Stalins and maybe even the Putins didn't have control of the people's ability to monetize and trade their assets. Some see it as an investment, and there are those who want to be part of this new frontier, the pioneers. Audrey certainly enjoys using and learning about cryptocurrencies. It's actually very exciting to her.
I want to help people so they don't have that. I believe in blockchain technology. I believe in cryptocurrency. And when things like this happen, it makes it hard to make it go mainstream.
Though she's pretty knowledgeable, the thieves are often one step ahead of us.
I knew exactly what was happening. I knew my SIM card had been ported, and I knew they were going after my crypto. That's why I was able to get in, because everything was still on my tablet. So if I wouldn't have been awake, I don't know what, I would not be smiling right now.
Someone had accessed several of Audrey's accounts by taking over her cell phone. It's a term called Simjacking, and it's done by a person convincing a cell phone company to transfer the ownership of a phone number to another phone. Then the thief uses the stolen phone number as a way to verify permission to gain access to almost anything.
I definitely know it was survival. I didn't get upset. I didn't freak out. I just got online and started doing what I had to do and change my passwords and fight what they had done and try and stop everything.
In Audrey's case, she faults her phone carrier, T-Mobile, for allowing this to happen at a store in Texas. So we asked T-Mobile what they are doing to protect customers. Here's our producer, Steve, reading the statement emailed to us from T-Mobile.
Port out fraud and SIM swap fraud have been an industry problem for a long time. We've been encouraging customers to add extra security to their accounts. Any customer can call 611 from their mobile phone at any time and ask for additional security features to be added to their account. In fact, we frequently encourage them to do so.
Thank you, Producer Steve, and when I grow up, I hope I can sound more like you. Audrey knows she'll likely never get back the money that was stolen from her. Local police departments are having a hard time understanding these new crimes. Audrey lives in a town of about 5,000 people, so let's be honest, they don't have the resources to investigate this high-tech crime. It's largely up to crypto users to protect themselves. Nevertheless, Audrey has hired a global investigation and security consulting firm to track down the details of what happened. She's also a bit of a sleuth herself.
Based on what I was able to find out calling 5, 6 different T-Mobile representatives, piecing together the little bits that each one would give me, they said I was in Texas. It happened at 8:30 Texas time on a Sunday night, but those T-Mobile stores aren't open that late.
Audrey isn't too happy with T-Mobile.
They gave me such a hassle about telling me anything about my account. And I said, if you would have given somebody that stole my account this much hassle, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Pioneers like Audrey learn from their mistakes and are kind enough to share their gained wisdom with us.
Don't put your passwords on your phone, in your notepad or anything. We talk about those things. So it's about helping other people. The amount I'm missing versus the overwhelming amount of time I'm spending on this.
It can all be very exhausting.
I need some more coffee. Give me just a second. Y'all, I'm so tired.
It takes time to break new ground and be a trailblazer.